So, Sean, thank you for watching. I have some other ideas for you, but I'm going to spread them out during the whole year.
Like, comment, subscribe, Sean. Appreciate it.
He
as
already
always.
does.
Yeah.
He goes under a burner name.
That's
the guy.
He's the Dan is wrong guy.
Yes.
He's that guy that always points it out.
Sean McDermott is Dan is wrong. Well,
Yeah.
It may be. We know Bean has that moment.
Yep.
So
That was cute.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel presented by Connors and Ferris, Mike Catalana, along with Dan Fates. We have made it down here to South Florida, getting ready for the game. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Toughest assignment of the year. Always to come down to a beach.
We were here in January last year when the Bills clinched the division.
Yes.
That's the time to come to South Florida.
Yes.
So this I'm wearing for the brand. And two, I had it on the plane. Now it's getting hot. So
This
I
is
am
just-
not going to be wearing this.
And I'm just ready for Miami Vice.
You really are. Crockett and Tubbs, that's the two of us. Well, we don't pull that off. He doesn't even know what that is.
Nope.
Anyhow, let's talk about the 5 players to watch for this game coming up on Thursday night. Well, let's start with the guy who's always here to watch. He's not even going to count in our 5.
Correct. Does not count.
It's Josh Allen. And, you know, the joke is, if you go on the Wikipedia page, I think it says the owner of the Miami Dolphins is Josh Allen. He does own the Miami Dolphins.
11-2 in his career against the Fish. 5 AFC Offensive Player of the Week awards
Yep.
off those 12 games. Mike, that's pretty good. And it's not even, we always talk about rivalries, right?
Yeah.
And what makes a rivalry. This has been a lopsided rivalry since Josh came into this league.
It has been, but there is a noticeable thing. It was a lot of blowouts, and lately the games have gotten a lot closer.
Yep.
The Bills have always found a way
Week
to win.
17 was the punt return by Deontay Hardy.
Right.
But he just dominates them.
He does.
And the quarterbacks, maybe it's just the names and things like that, but the Dolphins, whether it's Jalen Ramsey, they have poked the bear, it feels like, at times against Josh Allen, whether it's the meme in their pictures. And it's a fun rivalry because they're two good teams. It just hasn't been that much of a back-and-forth matchup.
It's a fun rivalry for the Bills. It has not been fun
Yep.
for the Dolphins. In fact, I'm going to go off script here. Tua talked about the matchups and if the Bills have the Dolphins number.
Well, that's going to be what's written out there until we do something about that. That's going to be the narrative that we can't beat the Bills, and until we do beat them and we beat them consistently, like none of that's going to change. And we have an opportunity to do that this year. We have an opportunity to do that this Thursday.
Yeah, Tua knows. I mean, it's not really a rivalry unless both teams are winning.
Yeah.
Big spot for Miami in this one. All right, let's get to the players that
Yeah.
we're going to talk about. And let's start with the offense for Josh Allen in this one. And I thought the wide receivers were pretty good in the Arizona game.
Yeah.
Doing their jobs, nothing spectacular. I thought Keon Coleman, for a rookie in his first game, made a really good catch,
Yep.
drew a penalty. But he's back down in Florida for this one,
Yeah.
and I think this could be a big night for Keon.
Yeah, and I think it needs to be. I think we need to continue to see that step forward, not only from the rookie, but from the wide receivers as a whole. 10 different Bills, I believe, caught passes from Josh Allen in week 1. That's great. That's the everybody eats. But nobody had more than 3 catches, and nobody had more than 51 yards. So I do want to see some more production, and I think that starts with Keon continuing to develop into that go-to guy that the Bills drafted him for and to be.
Yeah, when a team is looking at tape, they look at Florida State for Keon.
Yep.
They try to glean something from the preseason. He was barely on the field. And then they see him for a game, which only tells you a little bit about that game. But when you look at him, you go, he's not afraid to throw him the ball.
Yep.
And Keon made a play. So he ramps up, I think, on another team's sheet for what they're looking for.
When you hear about those 50-50 balls, having Josh to have the confidence to not see them all just as 50-50, if they turn into 60-40 balls, that's when you continue to get targeted. Earning those targets, that's what you talked about after week 1 or before
Right.
week 1, Mike. Keon, I think, checked that box. Now you have to continue to do it early on in this year.
All right, player number 2, who has certainly earned the targets but did not get them in game 1, is Dalton Kincaid. What are you thinking coming into this one?
I think they need to get him involved early. forcing is maybe at times the wrong word, but you need to get him more involved in this offense. Up until the fourth quarter, he only had 1 target for 0 catches. Ended the game with 1 catch. I know, also, we don't have to be all 22 guru guys. Arizona focused on taking Kincaid out of the game. I have seen the clips of 3 and 4 guys watching Kincaid, and that was when Josh threw the pass to Ray Davis for a 15-yard gain. But if you're all the talk about Kincaid being the go-to guy, you got to find ways to get him the ball early and often.
Yeah, and Josh Allen also talked about that same thing where he said, hey, and he used the phrase, everybody eats, because there were guys around Kincaid. But I do think, to your point, when you have a player like that who is going to be a focal point for this team.
And that's new to him.
It is. Other teams are looking at him. Now, also, the Dolphins look and go, wow, Cardinals put a lot of coverage on Kincaid, got beat in other ways, got beat by Allen running the ball, all those things that happen. I think that, well, I'll put it to you this way. I think he's going to be getting targets in this game.
Yeah.
And the question is, does he deliver? He did last year when he got targets.
Yeah. That's when everybody said Kincaid is going to be the number 1 pass catcher. He's going to be the go-to guy. He's also going to have to adjust to this role. And the team will have to adjust to Kincaid being the main guy that defenses are circling, heading into a matchup saying, we got to take this guy out of the game. That was the first one. The Bills won, so that passes the test, but it obviously wasn't the numbers for Kincaid that we talk about. Mike, what do we say? 6 for 70?
Yeah.
That's what the goal is for Kincaid. He had 1 for 11 last week.
Yeah. I'm going to throw something else in here. I'm going to steal a little of your thunder. I think MVS is catching a deep ball. I said 1. I think he's catching a deep ball in this game.
That's all we need. That's all we need. We're not that far off pace, guys. We're not that far off pace.
All right.
He had the guy beat.
He did.
Player,
in the wind.
We wanted to do 2 offensive players, 2 defensive players, and then a wild card, which we'll get to. My player 2B, a little extra one, I'm throwing this at you. Curtis Samuel's got to get involved.
Now, he's the guy I picked to be their leader.
Look at
in
us,
yardage.
just playing off of one another.
I know. Jenna's sitting back there going, I have Shakir. You do have Shakir. We know Shakir's going to get the ball. Curtis Samuel wasn't involved, didn't get that many snaps.
Didn't get that many snaps.
I'm going to hope that they were saving him for this game.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Yeah, that's good.
I think he can get involved.
I got more catches than your guy.
Isn't that something? Let's see what happens in this one, but you would like to see a package out there for Samuel. I know he's coming off that toe. The concern is that is something for a while, but let's see how he does. All right, let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Taron Johnson obviously has been ruled out of the game, and Cam Lewis was really good.
Outstanding.
And that's against the Cardinals.
Yep.
Who, their game plan, what it was, Marvin Harrison really wasn't part of it, but Cam Lewis made plays. Going to get tested going up against these guys. They do like to put their speed guys in the slot. Like, he's going to have to be matched up with those guys underneath a lot, and he's going to have to still support in the run game. We don't know about Achane yet. It looks like he practiced today, so we'll see if he plays. But I'm looking at Cam Lewis.
Yeah, he's coming off the best game of his career. 10 tackles, was second on the team. I thought he was everywhere. I thought he was great in run fits and in filling gaps. That was outstanding. But he's going to get tested more. Sean McDermott has said the Dolphins are maybe have the most speed he's ever seen. And they are going to, we've seen it at times. I remember it was 2 years ago when Poyer and Hyde were out and they exploited the safeties.
Yeah.
Just with their speed, a Jalen Waddle deep ball. That's what I think that they're going to offensively try and pick on. It's going to be up to Cam Lewis to try and match that, have some answer to that problem that the Dolphins create.
It is something. In the past, since McDermott's been there, since Waddle has been there, I think Waddle hurt them more earlier than Hill did, and Hill crushed them with Kansas City.
Yep.
Now, Hill makes so many plays, and you saw the one he made against Jacksonville just turn that game around with that speed. But Waddle is the other guy, and he's one of the fastest guys in the NFL. And like you said, they have that speed all over the place. Let's talk about a South Florida guy who is down here coming off a great game, 3 sacks in the game. Greg Rousseau, I thought he was great. I thought he played well in the run, and then he got rewarded with the stats that everybody pays attention to.
Yeah, 3 sacks, and everybody Mike said he was going to have double-digit sacks, and Mike said he could be the non-Josh Allen MVP of this team.
Credit
He's off
to me.
Credit to Mike. Off to a great start. Sean McDermott was asked about his performance and also trying to manage expectations.
You watch him grow on the field. You watch him grow off the field, and the way he's developing on the field is impressive. And he's certainly off to a good start. But I think too, you've got to manage expectations, right? To your point, are you going to get 3 every week? I'm not a math major, but I think 17 times 3 would be like a record, maybe, right? So.
I will be the math guy. I will do the work for Sean McDermott. 3 times 17 is 51 sacks. I checked. That would be an NFL record.
So Sean McDermott obviously watches Buffalo Plus YouTube
Absolutely.
channel. In the post-game video that we did on the field, I said, I'm going to be on pace guy for this. And I said he's on pace for 51. And Sean obviously was listening. And I said maybe 49. So I tried to give him a little leeway because he doesn't like math. So, Sean, thank you for watching. I have some other ideas for you, but I'm going to spread them out during the whole year.
Like, comment, subscribe, Sean. Appreciate it.
He
as
already
always.
does.
Yeah.
He goes under a burner name. Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the other guy.
He's the Dan is wrong guy. He's that guy that always points it out.
Sean McDermott is Dan is wrong. Well, it may be. We know Bean has that moment.
Yep.
So, all right, let's talk about him. Jordan Poyer.
It's weird. It's weird, but it's not weird. We joked around that, like, we always thought Poyer would end up in Miami, and now he is. But it's weird to see him in Dolphins colors.
So I go back, and maybe a lot of you do, when Thurman came down here. Thurman was pissed off at the Bills. He even talked about it. He was mad. He had gotten released. He was like, I'm going to go down there. Unfortunately for Thurman, he had a few, I don't remember the exact amount of games. I should look it up. Very limited.
Yeah.
Got hurt. He was at the end. But it looked so strange seeing him in that Dolphins uniform. Yeah. Seeing Poyer in that, you're right, it's not as strange because he's a South Florida guy. Yeah. He just feels like it. We thought the year before he might end up down here. I'm not saying he's done because Poyer's still, he's we've talked about one of the toughest guys to ever play for the Bills. You know,
drove to Kansas City.
Drove down there to play against the Bills. Sean McDermott said, I just can't get that out of my mind what he did. McDermott said, I love the guy. And now he gets his chance to play against the Bills.
And he was asked this week if he was specifically brought into Miami to beat this Bills team.
I don't think that was one of the only reasons why I came here. One of the reasons why I came here was because I've seen this team over the last 7 years grow and become who they are. And, I wanted to be a help in becoming part of that stepping stone of winning the AFC East and going on a run in the playoffs. So this is just part of it, right? This is just another game for us to win, go 1-0 this week. And what a cool opportunity for Thursday night.
I love the answer from Poyer because he's not brushing it off.
Yeah.
But it is a guy that helped build this culture, turn this franchise around, and now he just happens to be on the other side of it.
Years ago, the Bills brought in Lawyer Malloy from the Patriots.
Yep.
Got him. This was like the week of the first game.
Yeah.
And he was angry at Bill Belichick. And he sacked Tom Brady. The Bills won 31-0.
Sam Adams game?
Yes. That season ended with the Bills losing 31-0 to the Patriots, and the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. But I don't want to get facts in the way. It was a guy they wanted from a team they couldn't beat, and he jumped in. I think Poyer is tough. I think he's smart. I think he can make plays. I think he can also be beat.
Yeah.
I think he's not what he was.
Yeah.
He's tough as nails. This is not negative against Jordan Poyer. He's played a lot of snaps, but I do believe the Bills and the league thought a step is gone. He's going to be motivated on Thursday night.
Mike, what do you say about Poyer knowing what the Bills' offense could do? He was here for 7 years. He practiced against Josh. We always heard him complimenting Josh in practice and things like that. Do you feel there's anything to that?
So Josh Allen was asked about it, and he sort of smiled, and he's like, yes, he knows us. He knows our defense, and he knows our offense. But in a game, I mean, what are you going to tell the Dolphins? Josh Allen's really good, and he'll run you over or fly over top of you. he said in a game, when you make a call, it's so difficult for that player in noise to then communicate that to his teammates. It can happen.
Yep.
Like there might be things. The difference is Poyer didn't just leave last week.
Correct.
All spring,
And it's
a new year.
And it's a newer Joe Brady. This isn't the same offensive coordinator that
Right.
they've been having for 7 years. So
Yeah, so he downplayed that, but there are going to be things. And
formations, things like that, and I think some concepts they may know.
Yes.
But that's any team watching film on the Bills.
So they may have concepts of a plan to stop Josh Allen.
Good. That was good.
Come on.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Here in Miami.
No, I will say that I remember seeing a video of, who was it? Oh, it was Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
And he went against a player that used to be on his team, and he purposely made a call that he thought that player would jump the route, and he ended up throwing a touchdown pass.
Oh, that would be sweet.
that
Keon.
could happen.
To Keon.
That could happen, but Poyer's a smart player. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting, to use the word, in
Ding.
the jar. It'll be interesting to see what it's like for him against the Bills. But he is a popular Bill, and I know he is with a lot of you, but now he's a Dolphin.
Yeah. It'll be fun. I always love these games. I love night games. I love standalone games. I love watching Josh Allen play against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Another night game, so we don't have to play it necessarily on the surface of the sun, but it is still humid here.
Yeah.
I don't know how people live here year round. It is crazy.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sweaty.
So Josh's line is everybody eats. That includes us. We are going
And Jenna.
Well, no, she's not going to dinner with us
I know,
tonight.
but she's eating somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she is. She's like, they're going out to dinner. So, yes, we are getting set. And then coverage. If you're watching this, obviously pregame, 6:30 on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Look for us. We will be in South Florida with updates on the game right here. And then, of course, our postgame response to what happens between the Bills and the Dolphins.
That will be out Friday morning, 7 a.m. Set your calendar.
Ready to go, both video and audio.
Yeah.
Video on YouTube, audio wherever you get your podcasts.
No point of putting it up at 3 in the morning when we
Yes.
finally get done with work.
Yeah, get some rest, but wake up at 7 and watch
Yes.
the video. How's that? All right,
Perfect.
that's going to do it for us. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Buffalo Plus channel, presented by Connors and Ferris. For Dan Fates and Jenna Cottrell, I'm Mike Catalana. We'll see you next time on Buffalo Plus.